on tour and they told us that the album was the best-selling album in the world, is what our manager said. And we were like, oh yeah, like in the world. He's like, no, literally in the world. That's the best-selling album on the planet. I couldn't wrap my head around that because the two most popular things in music were the heavier rock thing that we were doing, and we were on that, leading that side of the thing. But the other side was Britney Spears and the super pop stuff. And so we were, still to this day, I still can't believe that because that seems so big.
Put on your headphones, walk alone, feel self-conscious, furious with the world, and terrified of what lies ahead. To go away, you put on your headphones. The band's instrumentals suddenly come into play. Mike Shinoda's rap lines punch, and Chester Bennington's vocals blare. You can finally relax and let the music take care of the battle for you if you're exhausted and perplexed by the jumble that is life. That's the kind of solace that Linkin Park's 2003 sophomore album, Meteora, provides at our most difficult moments. Linkin Park's Meteora is the sound of adolescence, a powerful combination of raw anger, painful vulnerability, and relentless energy. The coolest thing about Linkin Park is how they managed to take these universal, often intense emotions, and package them in a way that's accessible to everyone. It's the kind of music that makes you feel seen, and at the same time, communicates directly to your soul. By 2002, Linkin Park had already made an incredible mark on the music world. You will not believe it. Their debut album, Hybrid Theory, sold 4.8 million copies in the US alone, which is no doubt latterly impressive. However, they were crowned the undeniable kings of nu metal with this utter juggernaut. Linkin Park had encapsulated the essence of a generation with songs like In the End, Crawling, and One Step Closer, but they weren't satisfied with just sitting on their success. Chester Bennington, Mike Shinoda, Brad Delson, and the rest of the guys knew the pressure was on. They had to evolve or risk becoming irrelevant. But the question arises, how do you top something that big? Even before their Revolution tour ended in 2002, Linkin Park was already feeling the weight of expectation. Nu metal was starting to show cracks. While bands like Korn and Papa Roach had stumbled with their latest releases, Hybrid Theory had sold millions. But the industry was shifting. Music critics were moving away from the genre that had propelled them to stardom. It was clear the world was moving on, and if Linkin Park couldn't adapt, they'd be next on the chopping block. But here's the thing about Linkin Park. You might agree, success didn't make them complacent. It made them more relentless. Instead of taking a break, they dove into the creative process. Mike Shinoda opened up his home studio and the band went to work. Even every member contributing to dozens of demos, reworking and refining each one until it felt razor sharp. Their 2002 remix album, Reanimation, was a game changer. The band how manipulates sound in new ways. They were blending elements of hip-hop, metal, and electronic music, deconstructing their own guitar riffs and adding new textures, loops, and samples. It was during this period that the foundation for Meteora was laid. By August 2002, Linkin Park had narrowed down over 80 song ideas to just 13 tracks. They were on the verge of something insane, and it all started when the band decided to name their album after the rocky cliffs of Meteora in Greece, which is a beautiful place where ancient monasteries sit high above the ground, perfectly capturing the album's themes of ascension, struggle, and spiritual reckoning. When Meteora was released in March 2003, the world of rock music was in flux. Nu metal was being overrun by imitators, and even the giants of the genre, like Limp Bizkit and Korn, were starting to lose their momentum. Hybrid Theory's formula no longer felt as fresh when everyone was doing their own version of it. However, Linkin Park leaned into the pressure rather than playing it safe. They boldly advanced their sound by adding even more electronic components, intricate rhythms, and unexpected textures, while also doubling down on their sound. They didn't hesitate to change since they understood they had to. Well, the gamble paid off. METEORA sold 810,000 copies in its first week, rocketing to number 1 on the Billboard 200. The band now had the freedom to experiment. No doubt they could bring in strings for tracks like Faint, or even incorporate a shakuhachi player on Nobody's Listening. And it was in these bold choices that METEORA found its true voice. METEORA's lasting impact is a testament to the band's ability to be both experimental and honest. It wasn't just an album, it was a statement, a roadmap for how to turn pain into power and turn vulnerability into strength. Even years later, METEORA stands as one of the greatest rock albums of all time, a true masterpiece that continues to speak to listeners worldwide. What do you think about this masterpiece? Must tell us in the comment section below. We are curious to know about your gentle thoughts. Well, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. So, stay tuned, stay curious, and stay inspired. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. We will catch you soon. Goodbye for now.